This is a great athlete, Angelica Bengtsson from Sweden. She's two-time world junior champion. And she's gone out to 481 this year. Really coming through now on the senior ranks, and that was a great clearance. She'll be happy with that. Taking a little bit longer, of course, 17 athletes. So there'll be a little bit more time than usual between these attempts. Got some really great height on that. She liked it. But she actually had quite a short pole there, so she'll definitely need to take out a longer pole to help her get that extra 10 centimeters or so for the 480. Angelica Bengtsson, the Swedish athlete, this is her first attempt. Nope. Well, she'll have to go again. Angelica Bengtsson, the Swedish athlete, 2 times the world junior champion, been in great form this year. 481 personal best. This is her 3rd attempt, and she's got it. Oh, Bengtsson goes clear. And the Swedish flags are being thrown. Oh, she's happy. She'll go on to negotiate the next bar, goes up 10 centimeters to 4 meters 80. And her championships lives on. Quite a nice crowd gathered actually. I would actually say never has a depth of this women's pole vault been as so strong. And this is the Swedish athlete Bengtsson. It took her 3 attempts at 470. Personal best 481. She's getting right up there with this next attempt at the 480 bar. So here we go. Lots of speed on the runway. Oh, and it wasn't bad, was it? It was a decent attempt. I think she'll take some confidence from that. She just puts her pole down. She'll walk over to the coach, get a little bit of feedback, but that was a good attempt. Yeah, she's happy. So technical, of course, this event. So many different phases that the athletes have to go through. It's really important, the psychology of this event as well. Obviously the event, able of your competitors, not the bar down, that gives you a greater chance. But I've been speaking to Holly Bradshaw, the British athlete, quite a bit recently, and she said that you really... So she'll finish on 4 meters 70. Oh, and this is not a sight that we want to see. I can tell straight away that Angelica is okay. She's signaling to the crowd, actually, don't worry, I'm okay. So we're just looking now, Angelica Bengtsson, we're just watching that 3rd attempt. Oh, wow. So really, fortunately, you know, it's something that you see in a comic book. The end of her pole projects almost into the stands there, actually. A little bit of concern there for her and her coach, but she looked fine. We do understand, as the rules go, that she can continue in the competition. We're just wondering whether she's going to get a pole. That was one of her larger poles. Whether she's going to actually, some of the girls will let her borrow her pole. She's very entitled to. This is fascinating. That was a 2nd attempt. So she does have 1 more attempt at the 480 distance. Really, fortunately, it doesn't seem to have affected her too much psychologically. She's talking to Sandy Morris there. She's looking around. Athletes are entitled to use any pole. So even if the athletes bring their own poles, just wondering whether we can actually throw down to Dan O'Brien. Dan, you're there. Can you give us a perspective of the chat? What's going on down there?
Well, it's really interesting, guys. She did, if she could borrow one of the poles, because you get to this height.
Just wondering whether we've lost Dan there.
No, I'm here, guys. I apologize. Yep. She got Romarin was the one that let her borrow a pole. I apologize there. I was trying to figure out who exactly that it was, but this is the pole vault community. They really support each other, and you heard that from Sam Kendrick. They come out and they are essentially an international club. And she's over. Absolutely wonderful, and they have a wonderful crowd down here. Everybody is on their feet. And it was nice that the officials gave her a little extra time, that she was searching in a number of different bags, and everybody was willing to lend her the pole that she needed. She found the right numbers, the ones that were working in her progression, and over she went.
What a fascinating story. I think if I was Angelica Bengtsson, I want to actually have that pole. I'll be saying to Marin, you know, yeah, it's yours, but you know, this is my 480 pole. Absolutely fantastic in the arena to actually hear the crowd being so ecstatic. They witnessed something that was potentially very, very risky in qualifying there. Just 1 centimetre away from her personal best. What guts, what maturity from a young athlete to come back. But her campaign ends in 5th position. This is the final attempt now for Angelica Bengtsson. This is the borrowed pole, don't forget. She warmed the hearts of the crowd. But she'll go away from these championships really, really happy. 4th position in 2015, of course. 6th here. The girls are having an attempt at this. Only Jen Sir from the USA has decided not to. This is the first time that we look at Stefanidi, the Greek athlete. Well, she hardly got out of 3rd gear there on the runway. A lot of these athletes will be using softer poles, shorter poles for some of these opening heights. They're a little bit easier to bend. A World Championship final is really, really important. Katerina Stefanidi. What will the next hour or so hold for her? So dominant on the circuit for a number of years. 4 times winner of that Diamond League the past 4 years. And that was a lovely clearance. She liked that. Again, another athlete to go clear at 4.70 meters.
You managed 606 at the U.S. Championships. You had the competition won, but you continued to jump. There were just good things going on that day. Why were the conditions so right for you to jump so high at that time?
Well, the thing I like to say about elite athletes is they're all so good, that they're good together. It's not often that you can claim that that moment is yours. We have Katerina Stefanidi on the track right now, an Olympic champion, a world champion. She knows when to put that moment together, but she knows that it's not coming every single day. And you have to seize the moment and see it for what it is when the time arises. And that was me this July when I had the chance to go for the American record. And I got to do it in my own time zone, which is real special.
Well, it was the highest jump in the last 25 years. Let's talk about conditions here in the stadium. You know, we've got some artificial air here in the stadium, and it makes for a nice situation for these athletes because they can cool down just a little bit. It's not as hot inside as it is outside. But what do you like, what do you dislike about the situation of the pole vault here in the stadium?
Well, it's absolutely counterintuitive when you come to Doha and you step off the plane out of the airport and you say, absolutely, this is the hottest place I've ever been in my life. And you come into the stadium and it's pleasant and everyone is maybe wearing a long sleeve shirt and comfortable.
This is Stefanidi. She passed her 2nd attempt at 490. She's had one. This is her 495 first attempt. On 2nd attempt, beg your pardon. This is where her competition finishes. She's picked up a bronze medal. A medal of any colour in this women's pole vault is such a fantastic achievement.